On today's video, I'm going to be taking you on a neighborhood tour of the newest community coming into the east side of the Uptown Celina development, The Heights. This neighborhood will feature builders like Perry Homes, Olivia Clark, and Normandy Homes, offering single-family homes on 40 to 50-foot lots with starting prices in the 400s. You'll be just minutes away from downtown Celina in the heart of the city, giving you access to shopping, dining, and local events. I'll be sharing key details about the HOA, tax rate, and any associated fees, plus some pros and cons, location insight, and what the future growth looks like in this area, so you can decide if The Heights is the right fit for your next home. So that makes sense.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a neighborhood tour through the new community, The Heights at Uptown Celina. This is part of the big master plan community of Uptown Celina. This neighborhood is actually getting built on the far east side of the development. So if you've seen my previous videos, I've kind of mentioned some of the other neighborhoods that are a part of Uptown Celina. You have La Terra at Uptown Celina. You have the Ranch at Uptown Celina, which is coming in right now as we speak. They just started selling homes in there with Taylor Morrison and Toll Brothers. And then there is North Square at Uptown Celina, which is the Olivia Clark homes, townhomes getting built right on the north side of downtown Celina. And then you keep making your way out east up along Preston Road, and that's where you run into this neighborhood, The Heights at Uptown Celina. So for this neighborhood tour, gonna be driving through, gonna show you guys the curb appeal. There are some homes that are starting to pop up in here, really only the model homes for Perry Homes, and I believe Olivia Clark are the two that are the only ones you can really see. Actually, take that back. Normandy Homes also, you can kind of get a feel what the curb appeal is going to be with that model home as well. But for the other homes in here, a lot of them just had sheathing or framing. Maybe there was like one other that had some wood paneling on it right now. Can't get the full grasp on the whole curb appeal with all these homes, but you'll get a general sense on the idea of the size and what this neighborhood is going to be offering. Going to go into all the details on floor plans, lot sizes, all that kind of stuff, and figure out if this is the right neighborhood for you or not. So for this neighborhood, it is located within Celina, Texas. It's going to be zoned for Collin County, which is going to include a tax rate of 2.06%. You're going to be paying the Collin County Community College tax, Collin County tax, Celina, Texas, and Celina ISD. But for this neighborhood, it also is within a municipal utility district, which adds about a 0.8% tax rate onto that 2.06. So it comes out a little bit above 2.8% on what you're going to be paying for property taxes within here. HOA is going to be $1,100 per year. They have 3 single family home builders and then 1 townhome builder in here. The 1 townhome builder is going to be CB Jenny, but right now on their website, they have nothing for sale. They don't even have it listed right now as a community. The only reason I knew that is because when I saw Normandy Homes and I was driving around the lots in here, I noticed that some lots looked like they were going to be stacked up for townhomes. And then I went on to Google Maps, and CB Jenny is actually popping up on Google Maps for townhomes in here. But when you go onto their website, there was nothing I could find right now on their website. So hopefully within the next couple months, they start releasing out some things. I would expect price ranges in here to be starting at like the high 300s, low 400s for townhomes. That's going to be about the range. You also have townhomes at Olivia Clark at North Square that are going to be around the 500K mark, which are going to be a little bit better in terms of luxury in there, but the neighborhood itself is not going to have a whole bunch of amenities. So if you want to be in a townhome, but you also want some amenities with the neighborhood with like pools, walking trails, ponds, small park, this neighborhood's going to provide that. If you want to be closer to downtown Celina and something a little bit more upscale on the inside of the home, that Olivia Clark at North Square is going to provide that over there, which is going to be a little bit more expensive. For the single family homes in here, you're going to have Perry Homes, Olivia Clark, and Normandy Homes. They're going to be building on 45 to 50-foot lots. For Perry Homes on their 45-foot lot products, you can build from a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,503 square feet, starting at $485,000, up to a 4-bed, 3.5-bath, 2,945 square feet, starting at $610,000. Their 50-foot lots in here, you can build from a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,127 square feet, starting at $557,000, up to a 5-bed, 4.5-bath, 3,553 square feet, starting at $704,000. For Olivia Clark on their 45-foot lots, they're going to be building from a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,130 square feet, starting at $549,000, up to a 4-bed, 3-bath, 3,197 square feet, starting at $610,000. Here's the plat map map for Olivia Clark. So on here, you'll see green is available, purple is the future release, orange is sold, blue is the available lots. Normandy Homes, that's the last single family home builder in here. So there's gonna be 3, but for Normandy Homes, just like CB Jenny, they don't have a bunch on their website. They are selling 40-foot lots in here. Some of them might be a little bit bigger, but 40 to 45 is gonna be about the range on those front curbs. And they're saying that they're starting at the 400. So you had the 45-foot lots at Perry Homes starting at like 485, and then you've got the 40-foot lots, and that's why I think more of these homes are going to be more on 40-foot lots than 45, because they're starting at the 400s. But then again, we know how these builders are. They say they're starting at the 400s, when in reality, like the starting price is $490,000. It's just so funny to me because I go into these builder websites and then they say, oh, we're starting at $600,000. And then you go to the floor plans and you see that the cheapest home is starting at actually a base price of $690,000. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, there's a 6 in front of it, but it's more like starting at $700K, right? So it's always kind of funny there. Now the plat map is on Normandy Homes website. You can see the blue on there is going to show all the lots that they are going to be selling. They haven't, looks like they haven't really released. They still have like a VIP interest list on their website right now, but you can see over in this section, more towards the west side, these Normandy Homes are going to be closer to the amenity center, the pond, the walking trail, and that area over there. I also then went onto the MLS to pull out homes that are being marketed out to you guys on Zillow, and I pulled the cheapest and most expensive homes. So the cheapest home right now that you could buy is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,561 square feet, priced at $504,000. And then the most expensive home in here is a 5-bed, 4.5-bath, 3,553 square feet, priced at $773,000. Now the lot sizes in here are gonna range from 4,900 square feet up to 6,000 square feet. It looks like from the MLS and when I was looking at lot sizes, an oversized lot in this neighborhood looks to be over like 7,000 to 8,000 square feet. It is going to be rare to get a home over 10,000 square feet for that lot size in this neighborhood, and that's just because you're dealing with 40, 45, and 50-foot lots. Maybe some of those 50-foot lots that are on a corner or have no neighbor on the back side of them along the perimeter might give you that bigger lot, but it'd be super rare to find something over 10,000 square feet, and then something oversized in here. I think it's going to be over 7,000 square feet, but you're going to be in that range from 4,900 to 6,000 square feet. That's going to be kind of the typical lot size within this neighborhood. Now, amenity-wise, you're going to have sidewalks, parks, pool, community center. Not like the grandest amenities within here. I think grandest is a word, right? But not the most grand things going on when it comes to amenities. Part of the other amenities that I'm going to kind of tack onto this is also being close to downtown Celina. So you are walking distance to that area. Now you got to go over a railroad track to get to downtown Celina, which is a bit annoying, but you are really close to that, and they're kind of revitalizing that whole downtown space. So being in this neighborhood here, this neighborhood, North Square, Cottages of Celina, those neighborhoods are all going to be super close to downtown Celina. If you want to be at Uptown Celina in this big master plan community, and you want to be on maybe a little bit of a bigger lot, I would say the ranch at Uptown Celina is going to provide that. You're just going to be further away from the downtown Celina area, but really not too far. Commute times out of here down to Dallas, 55 minutes. DFW Airport is 45 minutes away. The heart of Frisco is 25 minutes away. Fort Worth is an hour, 10 minutes away. The nearest grocery store is 6 minutes away, and the nearest hospital is 9 minutes away. Now, breaking down the pros and cons within this neighborhood. Pros for me, I like all the builders in here. Normandy Homes, I'm not always the biggest fan of with things they choose from Design Center on their inventory homes. It's got a lot of LVP. They don't really finish out the showers with tile and all that kind of stuff. So a little bit of a cheaper feel when it comes to the inside of the home. Now they do give great space on those 40-foot lots. I do find that when I walk into a neighborhood with a Normandy house and there's other 40-foot lots in there with Taylor Morrison or someone else, Normandy is usually providing a bigger floor plan. Now it is going to be a little bit more pricey. Also going to have Olivia Clark and Perry Homes. Great curb appeal. Inside of these homes is going to be awesome. I love their floor plans. I don't think you can go wrong with a Perry home. Olivia Clark is great as well. You're also going to have easy access onto Preston Road. If you know anything about living in Prosper or Celina, tons of people travel on Preston Road every day. It's just because that's where all the banks, grocery stores, shopping, all that kind of stuff is right off of. Yes, it is nice to live off the Dallas Parkway once the Dallas North Tollway gets built out through here, because you'll be able to commute out down south, down to Frisco and all those other places, even down to Dallas within 45, 50 minutes. But living over in these areas, I find that more families kind of like being closer to Preston because more of your shopping is over there rather than kind of being more towards the Dallas Parkway when not a lot of commercial things are over there yet. Also gonna have easy access to downtown Celina, like I was talking about earlier. You are walking distance, maybe you walk there, maybe you don't. It's also gonna be close to the intersection of the Collin County Outer Loop and Preston Road. Now, I say that because that is going to be a very important major intersection over the next 10 years with tons of things coming to that area. You're gonna see a lot of commercial developments. There's a Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Costco, all that. So there's a Chipotle coming in there too. So a lot of things gonna be in that area, and that's gonna be less than an 8-minute drive down to that intersection, but you just kind of have to wait on that. So a bit of a con here is that the timing with all this is gonna be a little bit longer, but if you can wait 2 years, if you're buying now, you're gonna build your house over the next 8 months, you're gonna be closer and closer to that timeline when all these other kind of commercial things are getting built out around here. Price range in this neighborhood, I would say somewhat a pro, somewhat a con. 40-foot lots, gonna be a little bit better on the price. Townhomes gonna be a little bit better on the price, but you get up to those 50-foot lots on those 5 bedrooms with a Perry home. Would I spend $775,000 for that house in this type of neighborhood? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. We gotta kind of, look at things, right? If you talk with me and we come in, definitely like this area and what this is gonna be attached with, but you start getting up to an 800K mark for this type of neighborhood for like an Olivia Clark or Perry home on only a 50 or 45-foot lot. Maybe we look at some other places as well on your list. I don't know, it starts getting to the point where I'm like, maybe a pre-owned option is better than new construction up in this area for some things. So price point, some parts of it I feel like are gonna be a con, some are gonna be a pro for people. It is gonna be within a lot of people's budgets, but the compromise is the lot size in here. I think the builder is gonna be great. It's just gonna be the floor plan size and the lot size people are not gonna be okay with. You're also gonna get amenities within this neighborhood, so pool, community center, and a nice pond to really walk around. So that'll be good for everyone to kind of enjoy the neighborhood with also being close to downtown Celina. Now, cons in here, some of these homes don't have good access to the front door. And I've started to notice this more in the 40-foot lot communities around here. Some of these lots, you can only access it through the alleyway. The front door doesn't have any type of street along it, which will make it more private because no one's gonna be driving in front of you, but it's gonna be more annoying. Well, definitely more annoying for the Amazon driver. I mean, poor Amazon people, they're just gonna hate their lives having to walk out and not be able to drive to the front of these houses just because of the way they're setting up. And I have people come in that ask me, well, is it okay to buy a house that doesn't have a street in front of it and it's kind of built up along a walkway? I think it's 50-50. You're gonna have some buyers that are okay with that. You're in like the sense of no one's gonna be parked out in front of my house, and you're gonna have other people that, they're gonna have family over, they're gonna have people over, they need to park cars out in the front of the house, they wanna have easy access to their front door. So they are gonna see that more as a problem. I just found it kind of interesting. I'm seeing it more in like the 40, 45-foot lot neighborhoods that they're setting it up like this. Because these builders, they really gotta pack them in like sardines in these neighborhoods. Also, lot sizes, mentioning that. So lot sizes aren't gonna be that big within the neighborhood. It's gonna be very rare to get something over 10,000 square feet, even something over 7,000 square feet. You were kind of in the range of 4,900 to 6,000 square feet in here. So lot sizes, not gonna be that big. Also on the east side of this neighborhood, you're gonna be up along Preston Road. So that is a pro in terms of having easy access, but is gonna be noisy. Now, along this area, it's a 2-lane road right now. I expect probably within the next 5 years, they expand this 2-lane of Preston Road heading north and south into a 3-lane road, which will make it more noisy, which you might notice that living on the east side of this community. Then you say, okay, Daniel, well, I won't buy on the east side. Let me go buy on the west side. Well, hold on. On the west side of this community, there is a, drum roll please, train track running through the west side of this community. So I would say interior of the neighborhood is what I would go for. So being on the east side, you might hear Preston Road. Being on the west side, you're gonna be backed up to a train track with some of the, like literally backed up to it, where your backyard, boom, you look over, you see the train. So that's gonna be a con there. So I would say stick more towards the interior lots. Also, some of the homes are gonna back up to farm and ranch. Some of those lots are for sale. You don't know what's gonna be coming in. So yes, part of buying a new construction is great. Things are developing out around me, but if you're buying on the perimeter, just know that there are fields around you and that zoning could change, and all of a sudden you've got commercial or strip mall or a multifamily unit going in behind you. So just be cautious of that. HOA in this neighborhood also gonna be kind of in the middle, like pro con. I think it's great that the HOA is gonna be taking care of the community center, pond, that area, but you are gonna be paying $1,100 per year on top of paying that municipal utility district. So not only are the price points maybe gonna be a little bit higher on those 50-foot lots, but then also you're gonna be paying a municipal utility district on top of your high tax rate, on top of the $1,100 per year on that HOA. So that's my take on the Heights at Uptown Celina. If you guys have any questions about buying in Uptown Celina or any of these neighborhoods around here or in the North Texas area, would love to work with you and your family on your home search. I am a licensed real estate agent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that,